Hey y'all. Hey there. Hey girl, hey. It's occurred to me that it feels like it's been a while since I've really done a twin flame reading, and I don't think that's an accident. I feel like there's been a lot of sort of off-roading happening recently. I feel like they're, not necessarily getting off the track or off the path, but just, maybe some returns to some lessons that need to be learned, or maybe just some reinforcing lessons or something like that. But I want to say this, that in this, the Libra full moon, followed by that Taurus new moon. The Taurus new moon was about how do we make this real, okay? So moving into the Scorpio full moon, I'm going to be doing a live on Saturday night for the Scorpio full moon, and I want to talk about that in relationship to the spiritual journey. It feels like there's a lot of endings happening, okay, all around me and including me, right? It feels like there's a lot of endings, a lot of people leaving your life, a lot of things, sort of going off sideways or whatever. And I just want to say this, like with Mother's Day happening last week, you all saw the pictures I put up of my mom, Mary T, who I channel her frequently. She is somebody who really had a lot of wit and wisdom to share. She was a chef. She was somebody who was a powerful voice in a very male experience that was my family. And I feel the same energy right now. I feel a very male experience. And the women, the powerful women, and maybe I'm just talking about the masculine and feminine energies, are really having a hard time balancing right now. I'm feeling there's like an assertion of masculinity and then an assertion of femininity in different ways. And so I'm going to do a reading here for the divine journey, okay, and see where we are, since it's been a while since I've really done one of these. And I do want to talk about endings because we're moving into that Scorpio full moon, and things can be culminating, especially when things aren't made real in this Taurus new moon time period, right? When you're manifesting something, how do we make it real? And then if something's not real, it disappears. Things have a tendency to go poof when they're not real in those kind of energies, all right? In that Taurus energy of, needing it to be grounded and, that real, show me kind of feeling, and moving into that Scorpio transformation of just like the silent watcher of the Scorpio energy of like, no, ping. That's been going on. So first of all, I want to thank whoever sent me this triple goddess deck. I'm going to, now that the tarot class is up, okay, so if you haven't seen it, there's a link below, and there's also a video on the channel. Now that the tarot class is up and running, yay, thank you, Colleen. I'm going to start doing some unboxing videos. We have a couple lined up to do that we've spoken to people about already that are really, really cool. And thanks to the people who sent me cool decks. This is another really cool deck. This Golden Tarot of Marseilles, really awesome. So thank you. You guys know who you are for sending these really awesome. Look at that coolness. Look at the coolness just jumps off this deck, right? And these are real tools. These things are real to me. So whenever I have a moment of like, oh, I'm feeling like the energy is floating out of my life or whatever, this is what I do. And this is what I've done for 30 years. I sit down with my deck. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right, so I'm going to look at the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, what's going on right now, what needs to happen. I will expand in a extended if you guys want that. I've read some comments that if there's no extended, people still want, so I will do that. I will do that tonight. So right now, I'm wondering about the spiritual journey. I'm wondering about, wandering off the path. There seems to be a lot of energy of grasping and people who may be takers, I've definitely felt a lot of like people going, screw this whole spiritual journey thing. you know, it's hard, it's you know, uphill climb, it's this, it's that. You think this is hard, go off into that briar patch of the takers. People who just want to take from you and give nothing back. People who are just all about that. And, you know, I'm good with the spiritual journey. Thanks very much. Mary T nicely put me back on the path this week. So as a Mother's Day present to me from my mom. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to use this Golden Tarot deck, the Cat Black Golden Tarot deck. I am going to pull, before I go to the extended, I am going to pull a couple Gaia cards for y'all because I feel this is a really powerful deck in this journey, right? The Gaia deck. And then also the Moonology deck. Maybe I'll save the Moonology deck for the extended, okay? The Moonology deck, that's really cool. And that speaks to what we're talking about with this, the full moon coming up in Scorpio. Boy, that Scorpio energy, it's deep. It's quiet. It's watery. It's, you know, I don't know. The quality of it is just really rich right now. And if you're affected by the moon energies, boy, you're already feeling it. The endings, some of the endings might have already happened. People already might have left your life. That's happened to me. People already have left. So I'm like, okay, this is what you want to do before I get to the reading. If you're unsure of something, okay, and this has worked so incredibly beautifully well, you know, over the past couple of months for me. And I usually invoke my mom because I know she is a guardian angel for me. And I say, Mom, if this experience, the one I'm talking about, is not in my best and highest good, if not for my best and highest good, then please block it. And she has done that. 2 times. 2 times in this last week. I'm in awe. And your guardian angels don't do anything without your asking them. So ask them, hey, bring my divine masculine to me. Bring this separation to a close. You know, show me what I need to do to, you know, continue to shine my light brighter. Whatever it is, ask. They're here to help you. And they do. I am living proof of that. Okay? So let's talk about the journey right now. Let's talk about the journey. What is going on for you? Oh, hello. So Queen of Swords underneath. I'm going to use this divine, the same reading I usually use in the dailies. I'll explain to you. I feel like the divine masculine is the top line. The divine feminine is the middle line. This is where we are right now. Okay? So there could be some, I'm going to just say a little difficulty, okay? And the Queen of Swords here is a really beautiful card to get for the underneath card because this is the energy of what you need to be in. Remember I said to you that the masculine energies are really asserting themselves in a strong way. The feminine energies are asserting themselves in a strong way. Queen of Swords cuts through, okay? Queen of Swords, especially if you've had some endings here. I'm seeing this reading is really for the divine feminines who may have had some endings, may have had either somebody they thought was a divine masculine or someone who they thought was a real soulmate leave their life. Okay, we're talking about endings. And that could have been a really painful ending. Okay, there could have been a really painful ending here. This person likely was, the 7 of Coins makes me feel like the masculine put in some effort, but it was really a waiting game. It was really sort of like a wait and see. They wanted to see what was going to happen. This is very passive for a masculine, okay? That's very passive. It's very non-masculine energy, really. It's the opposite. It's the inverse, okay? And the 4 of Wands here, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is wanting relationship, okay? So the masculine here is sort of like they've been waiting for you. 7 of Pentacles, waiting and expecting you to come, to show up, or to be in alignment with the journey, okay? The journey that brings relationship, okay, that brings that Four of Wands. Divine feminines could have gone through, and this doesn't mean female, male, because the masculine energy and the feminine energy, you could be a masculine and you're a female on the planet, okay? So, just so you know, whatever energy resonates with you, okay? So the Ten of Swords here is a hurt. That's a big old hurt. That's somebody that really clobbered you, or somebody who really took advantage or really betrayed. That's a betrayal. Okay, that's a betrayal. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the masculine. It just means that that's what's going on for the feminine. I see the feminine here, Queen of Cups, Eight of Wands, wanting to speak, wanting to reach out, wanting to talk. This energy of Ten of Swords, though, is sort of holding on to your attention, because look at how the Queen of Cups is looking at that. That seems very, how I talk about my mom, that seems like how she would look at me when things went badly. That's like the Madonna, right? That's like that's like Mother Mary looking at that hurt. It just feels so strong to me that there's real love around, no matter how that might have been awful, right? Something might have been really awful. So it definitely was. It definitely was. The Devil energy there, the Ten of Cups here. Ten of Cups is very much in the twin energy here. It's almost like that needed to go away to remind you of what this feels like, right? The universe needed to bring that back to you. Really needed to bring that back to you. And this Knight of Swords has shown up a lot. I'm going to get a clarifier around the Knight of Swords. This is fast-moving energy. This is like, when you have the Queen of Swords underneath, the Knight of Swords is sort of like the teenager energy of the sword. So they're not very good. They're not nearly as deft as the Queen of Swords. And Queen of Swords is like no bullshit, right? Queen of Swords is very much pointed in how she speaks. Okay, there's that. And so even though there's this lovely energy of Mother Mary here, it just really chokes me up to see that. Just like the compassion that's there, that's being shown to you, that's being shown to the Divine Feminine after a difficult time. Things are going to move forward swiftly. It's almost like you need to remember who you are. You need to remember that you're on a divine journey. You need to remember to trust the universe. You need to remember that there are always takers. There's always people out there, especially when you're an empath, when you're like shining your light brightly. You are going to get people coming across your path who fool you, right? Who fool you into thinking that they have empathy, or that they are in your best interest, or that they are in alignment and all of this stuff. And that's what kind of happened here to the Divine Feminine. Really got clobbered here. Okay, the Devil energy and the Knight of Swords. They always say that the devil's best trick is convincing you that they don't exist, that he doesn't exist, and that's what I think happened. I think you got fooled, or somebody got fooled here. Somebody got fooled. Queen of Wands, and then let's talk about the Knight of Swords here. It could have been a passionate love affair, or a passionate interlude with somebody. And it was, I'm not saying it went fast. That doesn't feel like fast. Ten of Swords takes a while for somebody to stick 10 swords in you, okay? So this is about endings and about having compassion for yourself. You got three queens here. The feminine energy is really loud here. It's like have compassion for yourself. Have awareness that we all sort of stray off the path sometimes. We all sort of, and I know the queen underneath is sort of like, this queen is ready to like go down and kick some ass. Like, I'm kicking ass, taking names here. Who hurt my baby, right? Like that's the polar bear mama, right? That's what that is. The Queen of Cups here is very nurturing and is sort of looking at you and being like, I know this was hurtful, but there's new things coming. This Eight of Wands, Four of Wands, right? There's new things coming. And what I feel is important to know is that the lesson here is not about, oh, I didn't see it coming, or this person really clobbered me, and, how stupid am I, and all this kind of stuff. Because the devil is very seductive. Queen of Wands, very seductive here. And they could have fooled you into believing that this was a twin, or this was something like that. This is a karmic partner who chose to play on your empathy or your sympathy, and wanted that connection with you, but just takers, right? Just a taker, like a vampire. Someone who's a vampire, someone who comes in and just sucks off of your light, and then doesn't give anything back. Okay. Meantime, the masculine here has been awaiting your arrival, wondering where you are, awaiting your arrival here. This feels like Nine of Wands and Knight of Swords. This feels like self-recrimination of like, I feel like you've been through a lot recently. I feel like Divine Feminine has been through a lot. And there's still this Ten of Cups here, right? It's still here. But now there's this real wariness, Nine of Wands. There's this real sort of like, oh, come on, is this for real? Is this something I really need to deal with? This last situation, this person broke my heart, or this person was a jerk, or this person was a taker, or this person took advantage of me, whatever it is, right? There's this real protection, okay? And that is what needs to happen, a real protection. Because when you are Divine Feminine, when you are in this light, a lot of people are going to come toward you and want that light. And sometimes it's really hard to tell. And so employing the Queen of Swords is really what's going to help you. And also the idea of being in separation as a negative. Okay? And the idea of being in separation as a negative is a thing that brings you off the path, right? It's like, why isn't my Divine Masculine here? Why aren't they here? Why are we still in separation? You're still in separation because you haven't come to the place where you're in alignment with your highest good. You haven't done the work you needed to do. This was part of it. This Ten of Swords was part of it. What's the lesson? What are the lessons you've just learned? And when we move into this Scorpio full moon, we're talking about endings. Is there something that has ended that feels like this Ten of Swords? Okay. Is there something that has ended? Is there something that needs to end? Is there somebody who is taking advantage? Devil energy here, right? Look at her crossing her hands over her heart, blocking her heart. All right. So we're going to get some advice for Divine Feminine. I want to get these, I want to get a couple of Gaia cards here before we move to the extended. The Gaia cards, I think, are so important. So the Mother Mary card here, Queen of Cups, the Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy. Ooh. The Dream. Something is revealed. Insight, breakthrough. Okay? That's important. Eternal Love. Eternal Dance. Wow, that's cool. Thinking of you. I feel like it's important to know that the universe is always on your side. And even when you go through these endings, or you go through this Ten of Swords, you go through things like this, it's important to know that the Ten of Cups is here, like a beacon of light. Look at these two things. Eternal love and thinking of you. See the beacon of light there? You get used to being the beacon of light. And sometimes you can attract something that's a karmic lesson. The universe is trying to speak to you right now. Okay? The Dream, something is revealed. Insight, breakthrough. So pay attention to your dreams right now. I'm going to read a little bit from the book. Eternal Dance, Movement, Wheel of Life, Path of Least Resistance. If you have been dealing with somebody or something in your life that you're just like nine of wandsing it. All right. You're just like beating your head up against a wall constantly. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of difficulty. It's stress. It's strain. It's, constantly misunderstandings or constant like, oh, I just want to, why can't we just, get along, right? Like, or why can't we just be in union? Why can't we just, right? This struggle, this feeling of struggle is the thing that will alert you to the idea that you're not on the path of least resistance. If you're struggling with a situation, let go, okay? Ask the universe. I don't have a prayer box here. I have these little prayer boxes. They're just little, sort of pill boxes, and write down your wish, hopes, dreams, and put them in the prayer box and allow the universe to take care of it, okay? Allow. You don't have to do it all, right? I was thinking today, a song came into my head from, of all things, Jesus Christ Superstar. I don't know if anybody, I was a huge fan of that show. It was in the 70s. It was a rock opera. It was very cool. It was the story of Jesus of Nazareth, and Mary Magdalene is saying to him, let the world turn without you tonight. Just go to sleep, allow the world to turn, right? And I know this is Jesus we're talking about, but this is for you too, right? We're all lights in the universe here. We're all lights on this planet. Let the world turn without you tonight, okay? And that's what is going on here, feeling like you're trying to make it work. You're trying to make it work, okay? And the divine masculine is awaiting your arrival, and you're like over here, they're in Amsterdam, and you're like in the south of France, like trying to make something, work. And you're like, just get on the train. Just get on the train. Okay. Allow the universe to work for you. And that's something that's being revealed to you. Something right now is being revealed to you in the dream. So pay attention to your dreams. It's very important. Let's see here. You will soon break free from a situation that has been causing you concern. Something will be revealed either in a dream or through someone you know and trust. The information you receive will give you an insight into something that has remained hidden from you for some time. This will be a big relief to you as you realize that your concerns and fears were unnecessary and unfounded, right? You're beating your head up against a wall. All is well that ends well. However, do not forget this episode, a lesson. For it is a recurring theme with you. The next time you are unsure of something, try to refrain from jumping to conclusions which are not based in fact. Also, pay attention to your dreams. Try to remember them as you wake up. With time, you will intuitively learn their symbolic language. This message had been floating around in your dream state for some time. So there's something here that's a recurring theme. If you have just dealt with somebody at work or on your path here, or somebody you feel has taken you off your path, and you're dealing with this over and over again, what is the lesson here? What are you experiencing? Is this a theme? Who does this person remind you of? All right, that's what the universe is asking you to do right now. Eternal Dance 19. I don't know if any of you have this deck. I think it's a really cool deck. Eternal Dance. The lady featured on this card feels completely at one with nature. She's in tune with the rhythm of the earth and her changing cycles. She does not resist the forces of nature, but moves gracefully with the wind. Do not resist life's natural flow. If the path you are on seems to be all uphill, then find another way. Phew! This is about resisting. And I know a lot of you be like, damn, I am not resisting the divine masculine. I am just trying to have love in my life. What's the big deal? By doing this, you are resisting. What is the resistance? How do you view the resistance? The resistance is, God, this is always such a pain in the ass. This person is always difficult. Or, whenever I kind of show myself or unveil my heart to somebody, they stick a fork in it, right? Like, what is your path here? Or what is your recurring theme? These are lessons. And right now in the Scorpio full moon, you get to release them. All right. On Saturday night, I'm going to do a live, and we're going to talk about the Scorpio full moon and about releasing, right? Scorpio, endings, transformation. Getting rid of this crap. Getting rid of this Ten of Swords. All right, getting rid of that. Employing a different feminine energy. Adding to your toolbox. If you feel like people take advantage of you, adding some self-protection. If you feel like you're too hard and you don't let anybody in, how do I become vulnerable, right? Transformation, soulful revolution. That's what we're doing here, right? Transformation on the path. Eternal love, happiness, harmony, fulfillment. Thinking of you, a loving thought, serendipity. I feel like this is the divine masculine sending you a message. They're asking for you to come to them. They're asking for you to move in the direction of the spiritual path. This reading is for those of you who have strayed off the path and who have, gotten some unpleasant reminders of that. Okay, there's some endings here. So I'm going to keep going. If you would like to stick around with me, I would love that. If you want like I said, the tarot class is live today. I'm super happy about that because now we can start moving down the road of other stuff too, and you guys can have at it. So there's a link below for an extended. I'm going to keep going for a while. You know me. All right, link below. I'll see you over there.